So, welcome guys to another Python tutorial. So let's continue our game. Now, I have I have an idea which is like keyboard keys. No. Uh, let's say letters shooter. Okay, this sounds a little bit epic, and uh, what this does is like keys shooter. Let's say it's keys shooter. Okay. So now you won't see the title because I did a little bit of edit, and now you can just see I'm editing while I am okay. So now we can see them both. Okay, that's good. So now I can get it to be bigger or smaller. That's up to the editing of the video. I'm editing while it's live, so now we can change the title, but unfortunately you can't see the title because I have a really messed up recording tool. Maybe it will change in the future, let's hope so. And let's get on with our video. So the idea with keys shooter is to get a key to fall down the same as hello, but with a certain speed. And it's like when you press that key, you will get let's say you will get points, and the key will restart, but another key will pop inside will pop out in our window. So we don't need hello, we need a string of letters. So before we do that, a string of letters is like A and B and C, but we can't do all of them, it will take too much time. So now I'm gonna call a module, it's called string, that will give us the letters, and I need them in the lowercase. So string dot ASCII lowercase. Okay, that's great. So now those have those are a string, so I need to get them to be a list. So now they're a list. So if I call letters and I call the number 1 letter, it will be A fallen down. So now I need, if this text position Y is equal to 600, now after it resets, it gets another letter. Okay, so this is the same letter, and it falls down kinda way too much, right? So now I need it to fall down in like not 600, but let's say 400. Okay, and 400. So now this line will be like a barrier. So start in position and end in position. So the, what is it? Start position and end position. Okay, so start position will be like this is the X and the other is Y, so we don't need to move the Y, we need to move the X. So the X will be from 0 to 800, and the Y will be like 550. Okay, let's say 550, and let's try it. Now we get kind of a barrier in here, but it's not reaching the barrier. So let's say 500, only 500, and the thickness will be the remaining pixels. So I mean the remaining width of the from the of the window, remaining width of the window. So now let's get it to be like it's touching the barrier and disappearing. Okay, now it feels like it touches the barrier and then disappears. Okay, so let's get the barrier a little bit thicker. So now let's try 200 and boom, it's done. And the barrier might be red, but I want the letter to be white. Letters to be white. Okay, now we go here and we say white, and the background though, it needs to be changed. So let's seek out the blue background, and it's like a Russian flag, but the blue is really getting to me. So let's just change this one to 600 because it feels weird. Okay, this one also 600, this one also 600, and let's try it. Okay, that's good, that's good. Now it's red. Now I need a light blue color. So light blue. Okay, so this one will be 0, 120, 120. I'm gonna try it out. Let's see. Light blue, and it works, but the barrier seems to be a little bit big, right? So let's say 650, and let's lower this one to 100. And that seems good. Okay, let's go with 600 because we didn't change the start and the ending position. Okay, seems like it's going through. Let's change it to 550. And great, that looks great. Okay, I'm just having my coffee. So now we need to generate these keys, which have, like, if I import string and copy and paste this one, it will give me all the alphabet letters lowercase, if that is a word. So now I'm gonna see the length of it is 26, so from 0 to 25. So let's define a function which is random and letters. Takes nothing, it gives us something. Okay, now let's define global letters lowercase. Okay, letters lowercase, because we don't want to run into a trouble or into a problem in here. We need random letters to get the letters lowercase variable inside the function without any problem. So now let's define keys, and it's equal to something from 0 to 26, right? But if I do range, it will give me all the numbers, but I want one each time when I call this letter. So that means I'm gonna use the random variable. Let's call it random.rand int, and A is the starting and B is the finish. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking let's do 26, but 26 is wrong. 25, because 0 counts as a number also. So now after we've done this, let's copy this one and let's paste it. Now we need the keys in here. So keys, and let's assign the list. So now these keys, each time I call this function, it will give us a random number, which will be either from 0 to 25, which calls a letter from A to Z. So now we need to return rerun we need to return what? We need to return initial text. That's because we need some letters to blit. Okay, so now this way, if you like assign x, it's like a variable, to random letters, it will first run this function, and after it runs, it will assign to this variable the returned variable. So initial text will be in x. So this is why I put return. And now we're not calling the function, so this one is like irrelevant. So now let's say text position is actual. So after the letter is it seems like it's hitting the wall, but it's not hitting, it's only an illusion. So now let's say initial keys. What happened? Initial keys, but it's not the first initial keys, it's initial keys 2 is equal random letters. So now we need first to call the the initial keys, because we need a key to start with, right? So now let me call random letters for the first time to give us a random letter. I should have just copied this one. So this will be in the start, and the others will generate after we start. Okay, so we got a V, and boom, we got a J, and boom, we got a L, and boom, we got an X. So this one will generate the first letter, and then after the letter Y position hits 550, it will call the second letter, and so on. So let's try it. And we got a K, boom, we got a F, boom, we got a N, and so on. So we are successful in this one. So now we're gonna assign a variable to true. Let's call it done. Okay, so after you're done gaming, while not done, so I guess done will be false now, not. So while not done, so try to game and keep on gaming. But if you quit now, instead of pygame.quit and quit, let's just say done receives a true. So let's try it. Now I'm gaming, and then boom, and I'm out. Now, so that removed 2 lines from our script. Now let's move to another thing. So now, as you can see, we can see the letters coming down from a single X position, but they're changing the Y. So I want them to like pop up from here and pop up from here, from everywhere. So this is the text position and the text Y position. So the text Y position, we don't need to change this one, we need to change this one. So the same way as we did in the random, now we shall return also random dot rand integer. Well, it's from 0 to 600, but I don't want a letter to be in the limit of the page, so I need it to be like from like 20 to 750. So it will be like, yeah, like a border, keeping them from getting out of the screen. So now the second variable that the random letters returns will be the position, the text position X. So let's assign this one to this one, text position X, and we do not want to forget that we have started with that also. So let's try this one. So now we can see we have successfully done it, because the letters are popping from everywhere. Yep. Unfortunately, this is the end, but not the end of the tutorial. It's just the end of the video. In the next time, in the next video, we will see if we can put a limit to the speed of the this fallen letters, because in my processor it may look like it's fallen pretty fast, but in a slower processor it will take longer time. And so let's limit this speed to be the same in each PC, or in each desktop, or in each computer. So if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe, and if you liked this video and want to share it, why not just share it, and please don't forget to hit that like button. See you in the next video.